Today on the channel, big figure, tattoos, check. Bam Bam Bigelow, Mattel Legends Elite Series 11. Everyone, Kyle here, and welcome back to the channel as we continue unboxing Legends Series 11 Mattel Elite Target exclusive, and today we're taking a look at one of my all-time favorite big men, that is Bam Bam Bigelow. Now, Bam Bam Bigelow, my first memories of him, probably like a lot of you guys, more of a good guy in the early WWF. You know, it's funny, he was a really young dude back then. I figured, you know, since I'm a little kid, he's an old guy, but no, he was much younger than we thought. But he stole my heart at an early age. Bright, colorful costume, doing cartwheels of all things. Big wrestler, big figure, bald, tattoo. Man, sign me up all day long. Just add some face paint to him and he might have been my favorite wrestler of all time. I don't know about that, but I loved Bam Bam then. But then, you know, lost track of him, left WWE, went to WCW here and there. We knew he was around, but he didn't seem to wrestle consistently, at least. Then he went to Japan, had some success. But where he really got into my heart pretty deep, and probably a lot of you guys as well, ECW. He came into ECW and was just an absolute murderer. I remember being just totally shocked and amazed when he threw Spike Dudley outside of the ring into the crowd, watching that live on pay-per-view. Just amazing. I really felt took his career to the next level. Member of the Triple Threat, of course, with Shane Douglas. Absolutely loved Bam Bam Bigelow in ECW. His feuds with Taz, RVD. There's so many great memories. And when I think of Bam Bam, that's what I think. And that's what I hold near and dear to my heart is his time in ECW. Then we know he did, of course, go to WCW later in his career, you know, to mixed success. I mean, he had some big matches. His feuds with Goldberg and stuff. He did the right thing, I'm sure, for his career. Less physical, more money, I gotta imagine. And it really ended his career for the most part in WCW. I remember there was that story, I think he came into an orphanage and saved a bunch of kids from a fire too one time. So, you know, quite the renaissance man, Bam Bam Bigelow. But I'm just happy to get a new Bam Bam Bigelow figure in the Mattel Elite lineup. It's been a while since we've got Bam Bam. We got two Bam Bams prior. Of course, we'll compare those and talk about those, and we'll try to choose a favorite if it's possible. It's like choosing between your kids. But you guys knew I would love Bam Bam Bigelow, and you're right, I do. And we're going to do this review like we do all of our other reviews. We're going to take a look at the packaging. We're going to talk about it. We're going to unbox it. We're going to talk about it, and we'll see where it goes from there. So let's take a look at the packaging first. True effects right there. You got Bam Bam holding up the ECW TV title. I believe first time in the line for the ECW TV title, so that is always a plus, always fun. Glamour shot of Bigelow right there. Scott Bigelow, I believe was his real name, if I remember right, in the old mental Rolodex. I got the WWE Legends logo right there, Bam Bam Bigelow. Of course, the Elite logo, Series 11. There's a little bit of paint on the plastic, so I'm hoping I don't have any scuffs or any issues with the paint job on this one, but I can see a little bit of paint that bled off, so that's always a little dangerous, but this was the only Bam Bam on my shelf. I turned the corner and bam, there's one Bam Bam Bigelow, the only legend in the store. Lucky for me, I needed it, so I'm very happy to have him through the door. There he is, Bam Bam looking only like he can look. Mean mugging right there, just... Talk about guy looking like a mean wrestler. You define wrestler, that's what it is. You know, goatee, bald head, tattoos. I mean, this is a guy, he's either a wrestler or a biker. That's what people would assume. And he played the character to a T. Absolutely loved Bam Bam. Always good as a bad guy. I remember, like I said, I remember first seeing him as a good guy in WWF as a kid. That's just, I loved it, of course. And, you know, a kid, you like the good guys even more when you're a kid. But a guy like him should never be a good guy. He just fits the mold of what a bad guy should be to me. There he is on the back. Big glamour shot, WWE logo. We got the rest of the lineup down below with Scott Hall, Big John Studd, and of course Macho Man. Macho Man being the chase in this set. Make sure you subscribe to the channel. You'll get these reviews on my channel here shortly, so make sure you're checking those out. Making sure you're subscribed. Elite logo at the top. We got a big blurb for Bam Bam, as there should be, and we're going to read that blurb right now. Let's see what it says. Titles: ECW Champion, ECW TV Champion, WCW Tag Team Champion. I also remember, what is he, part of the Jersey Triad? Wasn't that with DDP and Canyon, I believe? I would love a Canyon figure. I'd love a Mortis figure one of these days as well. Sign me up all day long for Mortis. That hits me right where I want my figure game. Hopefully one day. The triple threat dominated ECW during its top years in the late 1990s, in no small part to its big man, Bam Bam Bigelow. Known for being a ruthless brawler as well as an agile giant, Bigelow's most infamous moment in the Land of Extreme took place at the Living Dangerously pay-per-view. His opponent Taz locked in his dangerous submission finisher, the Taz Mission. In a desperate attempt to get Taz off his back, Bam Bam fell backwards, violently crashing through the mat. Bigelow had just enough energy to climb out of the broken ring, drag out his opponent, and cover him to become the new ECW TV champion. That was a big moment. That was a big deal. I remember watching that live on pay-per-view as well. But to me, like I said, I always go back to that Spike Dudley moment where he chucked Spike Dudley out of the ring into the audience. Just the audience wasn't ready for that. I mean, it was just crazy, wild. Anything went back in ECW. And, you know, we're all jaded now in 2021. We've seen it all in wrestling. But back then, whew, if you could only have been there. If you could only have been there. Maybe you were. Hopefully you were. But there it is. Let's take a look at it. Taz, another one they mentioned Taz on the back here. Man, Taz got to be one of the most underrepresented figures of all time. I mean, there's definitely guys that have had less figures. Taz has had a lot of bad figures over the years. Let's call a spade a spade. Jack's Classic was probably his best, but too tall. Had some issues with that one. I would love AEW to step up and give us a Taz. Maybe that will happen in that Luminary set. We are getting Sting in that. It would be great to get a wrestler version of Taz, the perfect Taz. Oh man, sign me up all day long. But let's get Bam Bam out of the package here. See what all the fuss is about, as I might say. Legends logo right there. See you later. Whoa. All right, how about a little plastic prison job? Luckily, the paint seems to be okay. So I'm happy about that. So there he is, old Bam Bam, holding up the TV title. Just climbing out of that hole with Taz, of course. We got two open hands, which I might use the open hands on this Bam Bam. Looking at my other Bam Bams in front of me, each one has a fist going. So I might go no fist with this Bam Bam. We'll see. We'll see what happens. No twist ties on here. That's saving the environment. You know, no twist ties. None needed. There it is. See you later. Get out of here. Let me look at this TV title. Now, I'm terrible with titles. I know a lot of people can really get down to the minute details of title belts and say, oh, this isn't right, this isn't correct. I've never been one that is like really stared at title belts for total memory and understanding. So there could be something off with this, but to me it looks like the World Television title from ECW. I don't know if it's the right era, that kind of stuff. I know the title belts, but I'm not an expert of knowing every intricacy of a title belt, but I do like this one. I'm happy whenever we get new title belts. We're getting ECW tag team titles with that upcoming Ringside Collectibles exclusive Mick Foley, so I think that is pretty neat as well. All right, Bam Bam, let me straighten him up. And we got a few little black smudges going on here. We got a few little paint scrapes here and there. All in all, not terrible. I'm getting them all straightened out here, looking good. Like I said, we got two extra sets of fisted hands and open hands, so we always like to get those. Now he's got BB on the front, and I believe, and once again, maybe it's just not me off the top of my head. I'm sure if I had a picture here, but just not memory for understanding, but he's got the BB here in his chest. But I think I remember when this was announced, they asked, could this get fixed because they were backwards? Is that right? I don't know. I mean, it looks okay. The Million Mile Stare staring, you're going to say, oh, yes, Bam Bam Bigelow. Actually, I can look right here. We'll get out the comparison right now. Okay, I know what they're saying here. I think it's flipped. That bottom part should be at the top in his chest. I think that's it. This is the older one. This would be correct. This is the original Legends Bam Bam Bigelow. And then might as well, since we're doing the comparisons early, guys, and we'll get out the Then Now Forever Walmart exclusive. So we got the Walmart exclusive best Bam Bam Bigelow, and we got the Target exclusive Bam Bam Bigelow. We got to be fair to all retailers out there. And I think when most people do think of Bam Bam Bigelow, they probably think of this outfit. This is much more the ECW, WCW Bam Bam Bigelow, where this is more, I don't know, I guess both of these are kind of original Bam Bam Bigelows, but I think I see what they're saying here. I think this should be flipped around. So that is the mistake on the new one. Doesn't look like that was fixed. Maybe it will be fixed down the line. That could be a variant for some of those people out there that collect those variants. How about the head sculpts here? Let's do some comparison. Totally different head here. I like this one. This is mean old Bam Bam. Same thing. They're all different head sculpts. So that's pretty good. You know what this kind of looks... This head scan looks a lot like Luke Gallows is who this looks like in the face. It looks like a widened out, little bit bigger Luke Gallows when you look at it. Beautiful tattoo work on top of the head. I got one little smudge you can kind of see. A little different than this one. I think the original Legends one, this one has the most vibrant of the tattoos on the head, but this one's still pretty good. I got the red flames on the bottom of the shoes, the boots. I do like that a whole lot. There's definitely a lot to like about this, and especially Bam Bam's a guy. We've only got 3 elites over the years of him. We haven't got a ton of figures. This Bam Bam, very, very solid. I could see a lot of people wanting this one because maybe they've missed these 2 over the years. And like we always say, there's been so many new collectors, especially with COVID hitting. That was a emphasis. That was a start of new collectors entering the realm of wrestling figures and a lot of different collections out there. So there's a lot of people that didn't go back and get old Bam Bams. This is going to be their first time with a Bam Bam Bigelow figure, and I don't think you can do much wrong with this. Yes, I think that will annoy some hardcore people out there on his chest, but it doesn't bother me that much. You guys can be different. Let me know in the comments below how you feel about that. But for what I'm looking for a Bam Bam Bigelow, I'm okay with this. This would be a perfect one to display on my ECW shelf, which is right there. Got RVD, the Dudleys, Tommy Dreamer, Terry Funk, all the favorites over there. And I think I'll put Bam Bam maybe over in that spot. I'm actually thinking about doing a little rearrange here. It's about time. I got some open detolfs. Time to move some stuff, clear out some stuff. You know how it works. So one of these days you'll have an update. You'll see a new video and you'll say, oh, Kyle changed his background. Yes, I did. One of these days. I don't know when I'll find the time, but be on the lookout. So there it is, Bam Bam Bigelow, a solid one and a must-have if you ask me in Legends Series 11. So there you have it. I hope you enjoyed this WWE Mattel Legends Series 11 Target exclusive unboxing and review. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel. Don't forget to like the video. Don't forget to leave your comments down below. And of course, follow me on social media at SirPaul64 on Twitter, _Kyle_Peterson on Instagram, and of course, ProWrestlingTees.com. Search Kyle Peterson. So for Series 11, I'm Kyle. See you guys all real soon.